3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to another episode of the Antics podcast. I'm your host, my name is Dave, and today we have a very special guest. This week we've got Beans, one of my best friends, and he's an interesting character. So we dive deep into some random topics. Just hang in there, he does say some random stuff, so yeah. Take 2 of the Beans episode. The first try we were at a location where the audio was so bad we had to pull pin after about 10 minutes. So Beansy,
construction site.
Yeah, wow. Welcome to the podcast, mate. Give us a quick rundown.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, how do we know each other, mate?
So I'm sucking on a vitamin C tablet at the moment. So basically, yeah. So I met old David in Rizzo through a mutual friend of ours. I was fighting. Basically we went to school together to start off with, but I was too cool for him. I was in a different crowd, and he was all drama singer, lead singer of the
popular kind of.
You do. Yeah, so I didn't know him in high school, but we went to the same high school. And a mutual friend. We both had relationships with friends, with girls, and then we met that way. And then basically I met Rizzo that way. And then we started fighting with each other later on after I lost my license for demerit points. And we became, good friends, and here we are today. And apparently I'm groomsman at his wedding. I've just found that out.
Okay, he hasn't found that out just
I've
now.
actually organised everything for it. Best man's Dusty.
Yeah, so Beans talks a lot of trash if you haven't realised that. So bear with us this episode, but he begged to be on the podcast because we were going to create a podcast. It was going to be called Banter with the Beans because he does love a good banter, but he didn't want to buy a mic, and he delayed it for so long that we kind of canned it. So, but I'm glad that I got you on in one of the first 5 episodes, Beans, because you're a wonderful guy, mate.
It's good to see my strategy worked. I thought to myself, what way can I not buy a microphone and still get on the podcast?
Yeah.
So I would play that long game.
Yeah, he's been playing the long game for every item in his entire life.
Yeah,
he doesn't buy things, he just hustles them off his friends. There was the Xbox, there was all of my gym gear that he somehow hustled. The list probably goes on, but we haven't got time for that. Beans, I thought I'd bring you on here. We're talking to everyday people doing extraordinary things, and that's you to a T. You are a male nurse. You put in the hard yards, do the long hours. Talk to me.
Well, mate. I'm a male nurse. Nurse, some people say, up in ICU. Today I've actually been on the protest line. I've been on the front line today, mate. I've been out there grinding.
Did you have a
day off?
Did you have a picket sign? Did you actually hold a sign?
I had a couple of picket signs. I was the eye in nursing for a while there, important job. And then I found a sign and I held it up. I don't know what it said, but I held it up. You got to get involved in these things. And basically, I was on the front line, storming. I was ready for a streak. People were going streaking, but nobody got behind me. So, we were on the front line today. Fair pay and
what are you
staffing.
demanding? Oh, so you're wanting better
fair pay, mate. Fair pay and better staffing, and all that jazz that the NZ and O is going for.
Better staffing. Does that just mean that you need
more staff, mate? Apparently we're struggling.
Yeah. So to
be fair, I've never seen it. I've always thought it wasn't that bad, but
you've got to get around the course.
Everyone's complaining about it, so
yeah.
I've just basically hashtag bandwagon.
Nice.
You got to get that sheep mentality, really, in this day and age.
So I don't want to break it down into genders, but let's do that really quickly. What percentage of the nursing,
minimal?
Yeah. What percentage of males, really?
Well, I say in my department, I'd say probably 160 people. I'd say there's 10 nurses, 10 males.
Oh, okay.
So what's that? 16%.
It's a small percentage. A small percentage.
So and that's probably quite high for some of the wards. Yeah, it is a female dominated industry, and I don't know if that is a result of the pay thing. We have this big thing that males get paid more than females, and since it is a female dominated world, maybe that's true. Maybe they've seen as weaker, but we'll see. We'll see how the delegations go on. Apparently, there's some. We get one rep from our core for NZ, one somebody from the DHBs, and then we have a mediator in the middle, and they battle it out and see what happens.
Right, I just lost you.
We've got to that point. We've got to that point. Well, I see, if that was me, I'd just be straight in there. I'd be like, this is what we want. Nah, just walk out, strike straight away. It's been like a year. I mean, NZ, no, what are you doing, bro? Basically, we all worked out. They got $20 million a year from us.
Who do?
We paid $20 every 2 weeks, $10 a week. However many people is. It was $20 million they get. Oh, step up. That's what I'm saying. Step up. I'd be in there. I'd be striking. I'd be chaining myself and stuff. That's what I'd be doing. Still hunger strikes. I need to get. It's the hard yards. But no. Basically, and that's what's been happening. Really. So it's been an interesting day. It's been full on. I'm very passionate. I'm blowing up Deluxe.
Wow. Okay. Let's pivot to something else that you're really passionate about, and that is your physique, your body, your fitness. Now, Beans, I'll give you a quick backstory before he kind of hypes himself up, because I know he will. Now, Beans kind of, a few years ago now when we were hanging out, I was kind of into that sort of thing, and so him and I would train together.
Kind of,
not anymore.
Loose word there.
Yeah, so I taught him everything I know. That's how he's got the genetics. That's the gift that I
don't start with genetics. If we're gonna have a debate,
I'm just winding up. I know how to wind Beans up. So so we'd work out quite a lot, and then nowadays he lives in a different place than me. Obviously, we're not flatting together. So you're still going pretty hard in the gym, mate. And what's the latest there? You're still enjoying the process? Why do you work out? Is it a mental thing? Do you enjoy the release that you get from it?
Oh, mate, it was back in the day. I was 70 kgs, pretty light. Pretty, I'd say faster, a little bit, bonier, and just changed tacks. Decided to get in the gym and start. Obviously with you, and you stopped, and I just carried on because you're flat. But yeah, I just carried on. Just put on a bit of weight. I don't know if I was thinking about doing a show at some stage, a bodybuilding show, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. A lot of work to be done for that, and I can't really be bothered.
But why? Like, why would you do a show? What is it? Is it that it's a good goal?
I think it's just something to do, really. Yeah. Like, I could sit at home and watch Family Guy. I did have a phase of that.
You did do that for quite a while.
A lot of Family Guy, and and it just gets you out there and really doing something, and something different.
But a big thing with bodybuilding, though, is like the training. Sure, that's hard at times, but also quite enjoyable for you, I guess.
It gives you a wee endorphin hit. Yeah. I guess that's why a lot of people do it. I mean, the endorphin hit comes, and I bet you do feel good after workout. Everybody says that, and you do feel good. You feel like you've done something, and you get out there. Was going with I'm still flanning with a friend of ours before he builds a house, and he used to come with me, but he doesn't come anymore because he's a dog. And he'll say, "Oh, I've just been busy," but he's not busy. He just thinks he's busy. He sits in an office all day, comes home, sleeps. It's basically his life. You that.
Wow, a lot of call-outs happening in this podcast. And if they don't listen to it, they'll never know about these call-outs.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
You're enjoying this place just to vent. But there's the training, mate. But what about the eating? Eating is like a whole nother game with bodybuilding.
Oh, yeah, the eating thing. I probably don't follow that. I don't count whatever they say, macros or whatever they...
Oh, you're fine. Put that on mute, mate. That's podcast etiquette.
Sorry, very popular.
Yeah.
No, I don't follow my macros or anything. I can't be bothered.
Yeah. So for you, it's just kind of
just eat
what you want to eat and train hard.
Yeah, basically.
Cool.
To be fair, I'm in it for the pre. I'm in it for the pre-workout.
Nice.
I don't even care about the training. I'm just in it for the pre-workout. It's basically crack without. It's illegal.
Yeah, so pre-workout, for those people who don't know, is like a small drink or a supplement. It's a powdered form thing that you can get, and it just has like a bunch of stuff in it, like mainly
stimulant.
Yeah, it's a big stimulant, and it pretty much has a bunch of caffeine and a few other things. And Beans and I, for a few years now, have been kind of dabbling in different ones and enjoying it because it gives you a really good hit of just energy, and you feel really good. But I should probably start weaning off that. Beans, let's move on.
Yeah,
we're going to go into the hat. In here we have some questions, we have some topics, they're all pretty random.
Gryffindor!
Yeah, so.
Right, I've been picking a topic here. Should be interesting.
And you and I will just answer if it's a question, we answer it or whatever.
Okay.
Here we go.
First time picking out the hat here. You're Hufflepuff. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
Ooh.
I'm a little bit more of an experienced traveller than Rizzo to say, because Rizzo doesn't want to leave the country.
And Beans has been to Europe.
I've actually been to Europe. I travel around Europe in a van. Unlike Rizzo, who's been to Australia. Yeah. And that's about it. I asked him if he wants to travel, and he says,
okay, so let's answer the question.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, you can go first, mate.
Oh.
Serious traveller.
If I could live anywhere in the world, immediately I thought of like, some nice, amazing location, like let's say Rarotonga or Bora Bora or something, like, some amazing island. But I feel like you'd get pretty bored of that pretty damn quick. And then my second thought is like, some really crazy busy place, like some awesome New York or some crazy place in America. But I feel like that could be too much as well. So if I could live anywhere in the world, where would I live? If it was for good and that's where I had to base myself, man, this is so tough. I don't want to be soft and be like, Christchurch, New Zealand.
Oh, you can't say that.
But I feel like it's a big trend to go over to Canada, but it feels like it gets cold over there for a
Well,
lot of the year.
I think, like as you said, like you got the islands. It sounds nice, beautiful weather. Will get boring. You got New York or London, busy, full on. Would get full on.
Yeah.
Commuting, the commute is ridiculous and all that jazz.
London
people.
sounds good, but it just sounds terrible.
It's like 1 billion people in one spot,
Yeah.
Say if you think that's 7 million people or something, more than that in the spots of Christchurch. It's terrible. But yeah, Canada. I mean, Canada is very similar to New Zealand, I've heard, and it gets a bit colder.
I heard it gets like ridiculously cold.
Yeah, well, it's close to the Arctic, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it does get colder, but in the summer it's similar. You know what I mean? It is good. It's not cold everywhere in Canada. It's the same as anywhere. Just have a bit more snowfall, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Canada and I think the people are quite similar from what I've heard. I haven't been there either. I've got a few friends over there at the moment. I'm just doing the snowboarding season, and we've got a friend who's going over in the summer, summer to kayak. And he said it was really nice. So I mean, yeah, it would be a nice place. Where would I want to live though is the biggest question. Well, it's hard, Do you want to go live at a place where they actually can understand the language? I mean, does that limit you? But if I could live anywhere, I really enjoyed
Dubrovnik. Here we go. He's going to pick out some random European place there.
You know where Dubrovnik is, bro.
Okay.
Yeah,
come on, mate.
Pick out a European place.
Where is it?
I think Slovenia. Slovenia was really nice.
Why?
I think of just from all the places that I travelled, it would have been the nicest. I mean, as you said though, after a while, it's probably going to get tedious and boring.
Yeah.
But
Was it the location, the views, the people? Was it all of those things? Was the food?
it was just well. I mean, he said the food, but the food's similar everywhere. If you want to find food, you can find food. If you don't want to find food that's out there, you'll find food that's out there. But just the location was really nice. I think it's quite similar to here as well, I guess you'd say. But yeah, it was just a really nice country.
Cool.
But you'd probably get bored of it in about a week anyway. So.
Yeah. Good answer. Right, I'm going to dive into the
Amsterdam.
Okay, what do we got here?
Do you just do all these questions the same as all the time?
What?
Are all these questions always the same for everyone?
No, once they're gone, they're gone. So that's never in the head again.
Oh,
okay, next one is coffee or tea? Beans, coffee or tea?
Neither. I hate both of them. Don't drink either.
Why?
Because they're gross. It just makes me so internally hot. I'm already, as you can see, I'm let my top off.
If you're watching the video version, Beans has chosen to go topless for this.
I always
podcast.
go topless, mainly because, okay. Everyone say, you do it because you would show off your better. But I'm always so hot, bro. Like right now, I've got sweat dripping down my arms. I'm so hot all the time. Even in bed, hot. Outside of it, hot. I'm just always hot. So.
Because in general temperature.
Do I want to be internally hot? No, I don't want to be internally hot. I don't want to be already hotter than I already am. So I hate both, and also I don't like the taste. And also, if I like them, I have to put like 50 sugars with them. Coffee is gross. It's so bitter. Yuck. And tea is just, it's just, again, 50 sugars.
Yeah, tea for me is never really
just herbal teas.
I keep trying to like it, but I honestly don't. Like I know some of our mates like live on tea, and I'm like, ugh, it just doesn't
terrible.
taste that good.
It's absolutely terrible.
Coffee's amazing though. I do love a good coffee.
You just drink it for the fad. I think that's why you
got
into
way.
it. You got into it because of the fad. You're like, oh no, I can't not drink it because I get headaches. But it's just a fad. Coffee is just an absolute fad. I think people who drink it are just like, I need it for the head inside. That's lame.
But they do need it for the hit because you have what's in coffee.
You never drank coffee for the rest before you drank coffee, so you don't need it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I guess it's probably like if you take lots of other drugs, you're like
anything,
this makes me feel good. Oh, I want to feel good again. Great, so I need to have it again. Maybe. Yeah.
It's like anything, really, isn't it?
Yeah. But when I first had coffee, it was at MG Marketing, which is a fruit and veggie packaging place that I used to work at when I was a teenager.
I also worked there.
And we started at 5 a.m. sometimes when in the school holidays and stuff or whatever it was. And Yeah. One day the guy was like, "Yeah, you want a coffee?" And I was like, "No." And then I had one, and I worked really well, and it was great.
I used to have that demon energy drink.
Oh, yuck. Yeah. Yeah, you went through an energy drink phase.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I did.
Oh, I'm gonna have to search through and beep that out.
Do you actually have to?
Yeah.
Why? Just leave it in. It's just
Family
it's natural.
Family friendly podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the English language, mate. I'm just gonna start swearing more often now.
So
Yeah, I used to drink energy drinks all the time. I used to love them. But yeah, I'd probably only drink Red Bull now. I don't really drink any other ones. I haven't drank an energy drink in years. Can't even remember the last time I had one. To be fair, I think it's just the sugar thing as well. Obviously, trying to be a bit healthier. You try and get off the old sugar phase, and just try and not drink that shit.
yeah, fair enough. Beans, talk to me a bit. If you're watching the video, you will see that Beans has quite a few random tattoos. I thought I'd ask you, Beans, what's the history behind maybe one or two of your tattoos, and why do you even have tattoos?
Well, if you like to watch one of videos, if you like to watch one of Ridio's previous videos, you'll see that 5 tips from Beans on how to get a tattoo.
What?
Yeah, remember those?
Yeah, I know, but why do you call me Ridio?
I don't know. I didn't mean to. I meant to say video, but then I said Rizzo as well. So
Yeah.
I've got a Cutley tattoos. I've got potato tattooed to me. Backstory behind that is I used to work with a guy who's Welsh, and obviously I'm a little bit Irish. So I got potato, he got leek, and that's basically that. He paid for it, so that's why I got it. I was never gonna get it if I didn't pay for it, so I didn't pay for it. So again,
So there's a theme here from this podcast. Beans is doesn't like to shell out his pennies.
also you dog. Also got LTC. LTC is probably pretty close to my heart. It's my gang. When we went to Lincoln High School, there was 3 people who lived in Rolleston, and 3 people who lived in Lincoln. We battled at a few things in life, basically sports, games, all the things that people would do as teenagers. And we were the LTC, they were the REM, and I got it tattooed on me at a young age to represent my crew. Nobody else followed suit. But so today I live with LTC tattooed on my stomach. But again, as I said, represent till I die.
Okay, nice. Right, interesting story there. And I see you got a sleeve as well. Is that why did you get that?
At the start, it was basically just because get a tattoo. But then I really liked it. I designed it with Left Hand Path, the guy from Left Hand Path, and it's just got like an Irish, I guess you'd say Maori influence. And I think it just kind of shows a bit of Irish roots and a bit of New Zealand roots together. And I think that's sort of combined together.
Yeah, cool. Have you ever thought, I don't want to get, obviously your job as a nurse, are there any, technicalities there where you can't show a tattoo, or what's the deal there?
Not really, but there's always the respect thing as well. I don't have anything below sleeve line, really.
Respect thing, though.
Respect thing, obviously respect, and you don't want anything that would hinder you getting a job, do you? You mean you wouldn't go out as a teacher or as a subject teacher or an ex-teacher or a person who couldn't handle teaching, you wouldn't go out and get just because you like a face tattoo. You know what I mean? It is a respect thing. You could do, of course, you could do, and you could get a face.
But you're saying it's disrespectful to someone else to have a face tattoo?
Well, people would look at. In this day and age,
they frown upon.
Yeah,
you think it's
if you had a face tattoo, I wouldn't look at you differently. But in this day and age, society would look down on you, and it would hinder your prospects of getting a job. I think, and people would probably debate that, but in reality, it's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
when I see someone with a full face tattoo,
I'm
I'm like, whoa, buzzy.
I think it's obviously going further because everyone's getting tattoos now and sleeves and stuff like that. It's probably moving more into the 21st century, but still, a lot of people in the health industry, I guess, are very old as well, older.
Yeah.
Because they're dominated by that age group, I guess, before the millennials and before that. So that I wouldn't want anything to hinder my job opportunities, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Beans, every guest I ask what their thoughts are on the future of Christchurch as a city, and if there's anything you really want to see happen in the city. Is there anything there that pops to mind straight away that you're like, man, I'd really love, I don't know, a better bus system or what? I don't know, something random like that.
Well, the city's really annoyed me. Really, I think I think it has.
You're
I
the
think,
first person to say that. This
yeah,
is
well,
great.
it has annoyed me. I mean, it has annoyed me. And the fact that, I mean, you've got one side of the city that doesn't get used. You've got another side of the city that's still being built from the inside out. I understand that from the inside out. They should have just started with bold every building. And I mean, you've still got buildings that need to be bold. You've still got hotels that need to be knocked down. I mean, why wouldn't they knock down in the first place? It's been, 8 years? Why didn't they do it in the first place? Why are they still waiting to bowl them down? I mean, that's annoying from the thing. So you've got businesses all around them. And then, you got businesses all around them. And then in a year or something, they're going to have to go back, bowl that building over. Those businesses around them have to deal with the fact that there's going to be cages, they're going to be caged off, there's going to be cones everywhere around them, and it just hinders that business from trying to grow again, which you can see that all the time. You see that on Manchester Street for a long period of time, where you had even Mexicali, I think it was, or Mexicanas, and I reckon they spent probably about 4 years building that corner and knocking buildings down, and that was hindered their business for the same, and they don't get reparations or anything for that, so that sucks, is what I'm saying. And you see that a lot with cafes opening and closing straight away because nobody wants to go in the city where there's cones and everything around, which is annoying. But what do I want for the city? I mean, everyone's at the moment talking about new stadiums, and we need a new stadium to kind of look very topical for me, by the way. Look at this. Oh, watching the news. Beat Dunedin and stuff like that. But I don't really know what the city needs. I think the city definitely needs an uplift or something. I think people say it's going that way, but it's very, very, very slow. Very, very slow. And they said the terraces or whatever it is where fat 80s and stuff might lift it up. But again, I don't think it's ever going to be the way it was. And I think trying to get fizz back into the city, I guess, is going to be very difficult, which is a shame. I read something that they might thinking of. They do it in New York and Amsterdam and stuff. A night mayor. Have you ever heard of this? A night mayor, where they employ someone who's a mayor at night time to look at boosting the economy of a city.
No way.
No shit. Yeah, what? No shit. And but I don't know if old Mel Dalzell, what her name is, will like that.
If you, speaking of like getting the city pumping, sure, the terrace or whatever, like that's only a small little piece of the puzzle. If inner city living starts to really thrive, would you think about moving to the city?
I think that would be a good thing. I mean, you look at any major city. I mean, okay, we're not gonna be battling, New York or any of the Liverpool, London, or any of those big cities, because I mean we're only small. But I think inner city. Jesus.
Okay, and everyone's ears are blown.
I know.
Because Beans is finally figured it out. Inner city living
would be definitely beneficial.
But would you want to live in the city? Like, would you live in an apartment building and have a couple of bedrooms? I think if it's there, I personally probably wouldn't want to live in an apartment. Okay. But I think if the opportunity is there, and people coming through, the younger people and stuff coming through, and it makes it, if it's easier for them, then they should definitely do it. Could be a financially viable option.
It could be a financially viable option, and it could be easier to. I mean, you could buy a 2-3. Look at us in Melbourne or anything like that. You buy a 2-bedroom apartment in the city. Could be 200,000, say, cheaper than trying to buy a house in the suburbs or whatever. Yeah. I mean, it could be a viable option. I think it is I think we should go that way, and that brings people into the city. But do I see it happening in the next 10 years? Probably not. We're very slow. We're very slow in everything. There's still, I mean, I think the management of what we're putting our resources on is terrible.
Wow, the shots are being fired.
I think it is. It's terrible. It's terrible. Well, I mean, we're just all over the place. Just build one pallet at a time.
Yeah, but and I can easily agree.
I understand
but then all of a sudden,
why they do it.
There'll be so many more logistics and like sign-offs and all this trash that you've got to get done.
I'm not part of. I don't know anything. This is just what I feel anyway. I think it's just been. Oh, God, living around it and having to go through multiple roadworks and stuff like that. Why build? I mean, I use the bike lane. This is another thing. I use the bike lane every day because I bike everywhere. Because parking is terrible where the hospital is. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. I like the bike lane and I think it's a really good thing. But why spend so many resources on that when you could have done it on knocking down a building? Bring those people off, knock down the building, make the city better first before building the bike lanes. The bike lanes can come after. You know what I mean? I understand there was a safety issue and stuff like that, but get people into the city before building bike lanes. That's what I thought anyway. And everyone complains about the bike lanes, but they are good for the city. But build the city first before trying to bring people into the city. You know what I mean? You've got this bike lane into the city to nothing. to combs.
Yeah, but I guess like once the city is established, people can already come in, and they can even come in throughout the process, like you were saying about businesses in the city struggling, or if the systems that are in place so you can cycle in there or walk around the city, then maybe, and as it grows in it, I think that could be the way forward.
Oh yeah,
But-
for sure. But they could have built the bike lanes at the same time as building the city, but they seem to have built the bike lanes outside of the city with it going into not even the city that's fully built. So it's like you're building a road into roadworks.
It's like, so you
So
think
annoying.
you think they've written down a to-do list, and then they've gone to the bottom of the to-do list and been like, let's do that.
I get.
Okay.
I don't know who's planning this. I don't know who it is. I don't know. It's terrible. But anyway, it's probably method to their madness.
Yeah, probably. Now, Beansy, we did mention how you went to Europe a wee while ago. In Europe, you really got excited for a bridge jump or jumping off things into water. And it sounds like there were quite a few good opportunities over there to do that. Have you found any good spots in Christchurch or the local area?
No, I mean I googled it, but no, I'm a big fan of jumping off things. To be fair, I've done a few jumps.
Yeah, what's your highest jump? You might as well brag on the podcast.
I've done a skydive, which I'm highest jump into water. I think it was like 27 meters,
Okay.
which is pretty high.
Doesn't sound that high.
Doesn't
but
matter.
like,
I think I did a
when
couple.
you're up there,
I
it
did a
must be
couple,
very
did a
high.
couple of 22-meter jumps, and I did one in Dubrovnik. I think I did one in Cinque in Italy, and I did one, as I said, in Mostar in Bosnia and Herzegovina. That was pretty cool. What else?
But in the city, but in Christchurch, you haven't really.
There's none really. There's none. There's that one apparently in Tedder's Mistake, a Death Beach. But I mean, I did it when I was younger, but I can't really even remember where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few things I fizzed up for in Europe, to be fair. That Handy Club. So we went on this thing called Van Tour, which is like, it's not really a thing. It's more of like an unspoken thing. And basically what you do is you buy a van and you meet at Pamplona, which is running up with the bulls, which is scary, by the way. If you're a thrill seeker, run with the bulls, for sure. It's not what I expected, and it's scary. And yeah, you basically meet at Pamplona running with the bulls, and then you travel around and you finish an Oktoberfest. And what everyone fizzes up for is at the end of it, the day before the opening ceremony of Oktoberfest, is a thing called Handy Club. And Handy Club is this thing that the Van Tour people have made up, and it's been around for years. And it's basically just easy thing, 100 shots of beer in 100 minutes. That sounds easy. So basically you all get in your respective vans. We were called the Tranny. Me, the Octopus, and Swifty B, aka Wi-Fi, aka Y, aka Buno, aka Muno. And yeah, so basically...
And you've lost everyone here.
You get in your respective groups, right? And basically put your head down, you've got your bucket in front of you, you've got your shot glass, take 100 shots in 100 minutes. There's a catch to that. The only thing you're not allowed to drink or take is blood, shit, and cum. And everything else is legit. So it gets a bit rank after this. So you start off. So you do. It's disgusting. What do we get? We got, first of all, they ask you to look up. So you've got the people who won it last year get to 100 shots, get to run it next year. So you look up and they throw flour in your eyes. So basically you're blinded the whole time. You're not supposed to look at them. If you look at them, you're drinking funnels and everything like that. So you get a beer bong. If you need a piss or pee, you put your hand up, you pee in a funnel, the person next to you has to drink it. You spew, you're out of the game, but if you want to spew, you put your hand up, you spew in a funnel, the person next to you has to drink it, you have to drink it. And it basically just goes around like that until people are out, until you get to the 100 shots. You still have to do your 100 shots all the time. So yeah, you eat dog food, cat food, tuna, whatever to make you get out. The aim of the game is to make you get out, really. So that was pretty fizzy. And it sounds disgusting, but when you're talking about it for 3 months, it definitely fizzes you up. And I don't drink at all. Like, that was the first time I drank, and I haven't drank since. But yeah, it was worth it, for sure.
Right, so we started talking about bridge jumps, and then Beans wanted to drop that he was in the Handy Club. How did you get on?
Not too bad.
How did you go? Did you make it the whole way?
No, I didn't, unfortunately. As a van, we had the best average, but me, I was pretty poor. I was 88. Swifty, aka Muno, aka Buno, he got to 98. Poor guy, got out right at the end. And the Octopus, I might say it was his second time, so he'd done it before, so he knew what to expect. He got to 100. So yeah, average was 95 for the tranny.
The octopus is one of our good friends, Jock, by the way. Beans just likes using nicknames, so just so you know, if you know Jock, that was him. Yep.
Yeah, Jock the
Cool.
octopus. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Nice. If you heard rumours of something similar happening in New Zealand, do you think it would be as cool, or was it because you hyped it up all around Europe for months?
I think the hype of it is around. I mean, I think the hype of it is definitely talked about and fizzes you up for it the whole time that you're kind of travelling around.
Was it just Kiwis doing that? Or was it?
I think it was one van of Australians.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk to them that much. I don't like them that much, to be fair. They're a bit of losers. But yeah, basically all the rest were Kiwi guys. Or Kiwi girls.
Yeah. So what are your future plans in life, Beans, for the next... what's your 10-year plan?
My 10-year
We're
plan?
currently in Beans' house, the house that he shares with his life partner. But are you going to be... sounds like you're complaining a little bit about Christchurch. Are you thinking, hey, you're going to jump ship, head overseas for a bit? Or are you going to hang around here?
I'd say close to this time next year, probably a bit earlier. I'm thinking about looking at going to Australia for 3 months in the outback. Then later on in the year, me and Sammy will go overseas again. Pretty much basically do what I did, but we'll go into a different part. We'll go to Scandinavia and stuff, buy a van and go to Scandinavia and travel around for about 6 months, 5 months, 6 months. Mm-hmm. Come back and basically we'll go wherever we take us. We have a house here, but with Sammy's career, she might have to move around and stuff. And whatever that happens, that'll happen. I'll just kind of go with the flow. Really, I don't really care where I go. I mean. I can fizz up enough to go anywhere really. Fizzy, dusty.
Nice. Yeah. You're the first guest that I've asked about your life plans, but
I don't really have any life plans, to be fair. I just kind of go with the flow.
Male nurse, and then
just male nurse and see what happens.
And then possibly
reeks of it, stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, possibly stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, reeks of it. To be fair, I mean, with Sammy's career, I mean, she earns a lot more money than I do, so reeks of me just being a stay-at-home dad and get a wee tripod push bike and just
I was like, what, a tripod?
We tri-wheeler push bike and just running around the park constantly.
Yeah. How do you think you go? What age would you be like, stuff this? Like, do you think all the nappy changes, the night stuff?
Well, if you think about it, I do that as a job already. It's just with bigger people.
Okay.
So it's just I'm basically just taking a bigger human and turning them into a small human. They're crying, yeah. I don't see why more people don't put on earmuffs. If you can see the child and the child's crying, put on earmuffs. I mean, yeah, I understand the child's crying. Just put on a couple of earmuffs, though. It'll drown out the noise a little bit, but you can still see the child. When you can't see the child, take the earmuffs off.
Childcare with Beans. Okay, interesting. So you're gunning for a stay at home.
I'm not gunning for it.
Yeah,
I mean, but I think I would be.
If the option's there.
If the option was there, I mean, and if we worked it out, I think a stay-at-home dad could be the better option.
So were there any careers that you dabbled in before? We're jumping all over the show here, but were there any careers that you dabbled in before becoming a nurse?
Done everything, mate.
Really?
Done everything. Jack of all trades.
So if Sammy was like, if your life partner was like, no, I want to look after this child, would you stay a nurse, or is there any other career that you'd be interested in jumping into?
Oh, well, I'm at that stage now where I'd probably have to stay with nursing just because it'd probably make me the most money. I mean, I'm not really skilled at anything else. And if I did do anything else, I'd probably have to go back to school. But I'll probably stick with nursing. I mean, I'm almost at that level where I'm pretty good. So,
fair enough.
Because they say at different levels, so S1E5 you'd say, which is the highest level you can get to at the moment. So. Yeah. I
don't know what that means, but cool. All right. Well, thanks for being on the podcast today, Beansy. You will be back. Beans, I'd love to have Beans on every now and again, but it totally depends on the podcast downloads. If I see a real blip when Beans is on, it's a big sign that you guys don't like him. No, just hit me up in the comments or DM me if you don't like Beans, and I'll not have him on again. But yeah, thanks for coming, mate. Appreciate it.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me. And
if people want to get a hold of you or see you,
if there's anything else, you guys want me to discuss, or if you want me to start my own podcast, contact me.
Beans at Gmail. No, if people want to get in touch with you,
just go through Rizzo. I mean,
making me do the work.
Yeah, it's destroyed my life.
Sweet as. All right, see you.
See you, bro.
Massive thanks for tuning in for this episode of the Quality Antics podcast. If you want to catch up with us or send us a question for the hat, just hit me up at Quality Antics on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, all of the social pipes. or send us an email at qualityanticspodcast@gmail.com. Have a good one.